Welcome back. Today we will talk about translanguaging. Translanguaging is a pedagogical and linguistic concept that refers to the practice of using multiple languages, including the student's native languages or mother tongue, as well as the target language, in the process of learning and teaching. In a translanguaging approach, there is a fluid and dynamic use of languages, where learners and educators draw upon their multilingual repertoires to facilitate communication and understanding. Therefore, we can define translanguaging as a pedagogical and linguistic concept that refers to the practice of using multiple languages. From a pedagogical perspective, translanguaging is a teaching and learning strategies that encourage the purposeful and strategic use of multiple languages to support and enrich the learning experience rather than strictly segregating languages. The concept of translanguaging was developed by the linguist Sam Williams in 1980s, primarily in the context of bilingual education in Wales. Sam Williams was a Welsh educator and researcher who noticed that bilingual students in Wales often naturally and stimulously used both Welsh and English in their communication, despite the prevailing language separation policies in education. Williams coined the term translanguaging to describe this phenomenon. He argued that bilingual individuals do not compartmentalize their languages, but instead they draw upon their entire linguistic repertoire to communicate effectively. In essence, translanguaging challenges the traditional notion of strict language boundaries, and it also promotes a more fluid and dynamic view of language use. While Sam Williams was credited with coining the term translanguaging and popularizing the concept in the context of bilingual education in Wales, the idea has since then gained traction and been further developed by scholars and researchers worldwide. Translanguaging is becoming a prominent concept in bilingual and multilingual education, and it has been applied in various linguistic and cultural contexts to better understand how individuals navigate and use their languages in their everyday life. It has implications not only for education but also for sociolinguistics, language policy, and language acquisition research. Translanguaging is a concept in sociolinguistics that has gained prominence in recent years. It has significant implications for the study of language in society. Translanguaging challenges the traditional sociolinguistic view of distinct separate languages with clear boundaries. Instead, it acknowledges the fluid and dynamic nature of language use, where individuals draw upon their linguistic repertoires to communicate effectively. Sociolinguists are interested in understanding how and why people engage in translanguaging practices in various social contexts. Moreover, sociolinguistics often explores how language is tied to identity and social variation. Translanguaging research examines how language choice reflect individuals' identities and how do they navigate social hierarchies and power dynamics through language use. It also sheds light on how language serves as a maker of group affiliation and individual identity. For this reason, translanguaging is an important concept in sociolinguistics. It challenges the traditional view of languages and it offers insights into the dynamic, fluid, and socially embedded nature of language use in multilingual context. Researchers in sociolinguistics investigate translanguaging to better understand how individuals and communities navigate in language in complex and social settings. Translanguaging involves practices like code switching and code mixing, which have long been topics of interest in sociolinguistics. These phenomena are seen as an integral aspect of translanguaging, and sociolinguists study them to understand the social and pragmatic function within multilingual communities. Stay tuned for more videos on translanguaging. In the coming ones, we will talk about translanguaging and education, as well as translanguaging in society.